That was the beginning, and I saw him and I was like, I'm gonna marry that man. Or that boy. We were together all the time. Like, our families were together all the time. Why am I feeling this way? Like, I don't even know this kid anymore. He lives 700 miles away from me. Like 800 miles away from me. I'm like, this is not going to happen.
Mind you,
He's single.
This ex-boyfriend was still living in her house.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have convinced TJ to join me yet again because he's so good at this. Today we are going to be talking about our love story. I posted a short a few weeks ago, and so I thought that I would kind of go in more depth of our love story because it's pretty unique, I would say. Very God inspired and very interesting. We've been through a lot together. We met in first grade. My grandparents owned a little Christian school, and that's where I went and all my family went. His family came to our little Christian school. That was the beginning, and I saw him and I was like, I'm gonna marry that man or that boy. Our story's a little confusing, so I'm really gonna try to
So I was a missionary kid, and my parents' home church was in Overland Park, Kansas.
So for a full year, we were together all the time. Our families were together all the time. And so we got very close. We would play in the basement. Remember, you probably don't even remember this house. It was before the 2121 house. Our playing room was in the basement. We would go in the basement and we would play forever while the parents were upstairs. I remember they'd always come down and be like, 5 more minutes, guys. And be like, okay, that means we have a good 30 minutes. They were missionaries, so they were all over the place, right? Mm-hmm. So finally they were settled in Kentucky, and that was around middle school, right? That's when we both got Facebook, and I'm going to try to find our conversation from middle school and put it on here.
Is that how I got your number?
Yeah, that's how you got my number. I cannot even remember the conversation, but I remember thinking oh my gosh, TJ Phillips just messaged me. I was like, he thinks I'm cute. That was our first real love encounter. I don't even know how to say that. Where it wasn't just fun friends, I guess.
Our first flirt.
Yeah, our first flirt. That's better. Our first initial flirt. And he asked for my number. I gave him my number, and we texted for a little bit. But it was so long distance.
We were in 6th grade.
It ended up we both just got in school and with our friends and different boys and girls, and so it just kind of ended there. But then anytime they would come to Kansas to visit his grandparents, because his grandparents still lived in Kansas, we would always meet up and hang out, and every time we did, we were always very smitten with each other, always flirting it up. And then after that, would kind of text for a little bit after the time that we had initially seen each other. And every single time I was with him, I was like, I'm gonna marry him. I remember telling my friend Megan, I was like, I'm going to marry him. I just know it. I just deep in my soul, I just know it. But I would move on. I'd be like, I'm gonna marry him. And then I'd be like, ooh, this boy. And ooh, you know what I mean? That's kind of, I guess.
Essentially what you're saying is you cheated on me.
No, I didn't.
All those times.
I had
all
to gain some experience. We were never ever boyfriend and girlfriend all throughout middle school. It always just talking, flirting here and there. Oh, do you remember that one night where I think you started being interested in another girl, right?
Are you talking about my senior year?
No.
Junior year.
No, I'm talking maybe it was still even middle school. And we were texting, and I was like, let's talk on the phone. I'm like, we're always texting, let's talk on the phone. But I had noticed that you started to become more distant. And so I remember I was talking with you on the phone, and you were so...
That was definitely high school.
Boring. I was like, this kid is so dry. I was like, he is not the kid I remember.
That was high school.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you.
No, it wasn't high school yet.
Yes, it was.
You do remember it?
Yeah.
Maybe it was high school. I just remember we were playing a game, Truth or Dare, and I was trying to be flirty with you, and you were being so I don't even know, just very innocent.
I didn't want to talk to you.
You didn't want to talk to me, and I could tell, and I was like, screw this kid, I'm done. But I think you were just realizing it's long distance, this is stupid that we're even talking, Because I think you were just talking to me because you didn't have anyone else to flirt with, and then maybe you...
No, I did.
found someone else that
I
you're
had
like,
plenty.
oh, this person's in real life. This story was so crazy too. This was just like another one of those God things where I think I was like a sophomore, and I was dating this one boy, and we had been in a relationship for a while. We had like 2 years we were together. So it was in middle school that encounter happened. Because I had 2 boyfriends after that encounter. I remember I was with this boy and I was like telling myself like, I'm gonna marry him, like this is it. I'm bad about falling in love easily, and I was like, this is it, I'm gonna marry him. Sophomore in high school, so like, no, I was not going to marry him. It was so weird. I remember I was scrolling through Facebook, and then your picture, your senior photos, I think.
So then you were a junior.
No, it wasn't your senior. Maybe it was your senior photos, but you had posted them before you started your senior year.
Yeah, it would have been the summer before.
Yeah, so I was a sophomore.
You would have been going to be a junior.
I was going to be a junior.
Yeah.
So this is right before I moved to Texas.
Yeah.
So I saw your photos, and I just like, I forgot about you.
You can insert that photo here.
Yeah, like I'll insert the photos. I just like had forgotten, and I think that was like a God reminder, like, nope, you're not marrying that boy. This is your boy. And so I just like, all these butterflies just like felt, and I was like, what the heck? Like, I don't even like, why am I feeling this way? Like, I don't even like know this kid anymore. I don't know. From then on, I was like over my boyfriend. I was so mean. But
Mind you, he moved down there with you.
Yes, he was so.
He had some parent issues.
He really tried to pursue me, and I tried. Like, I was like, it makes more sense to be with this guy because he's here. TJ's not here, and you were in a totally different relationship. You were with another girl. And so I was like, why am I feeling this way? Like, he's with somebody else. I'm with somebody else. Like, he lives 700 miles away from me. Like, 800 miles away from me. I'm like, this is not going to happen. I need to get this guy out of my head. And then we moved to Texas because my dad got a job here in Texas. And the Christian school that we went actually closed down. And so it was time God had us move to Texas, and that was the beginning of my junior year. And then I randomly get this Snapchat, because this was when Snapchat was like becoming a big thing. I don't even know how you got my Snapchat.
I have no idea.
I have no clue. I just have to say, I never have ever been the one to initiate anything. You have always been the one. So obviously, you act like you're too cool, but you obviously were definitely interested in me. Too. What made you Snapchat me?
Honestly, I don't remember.
You don't remember? How do you not remember that?
I don't
So you just were bored, and you're just like, oh, I haven't talked to her in a while.
There's no telling, Allie. I mean, it was probably me just trying to
you were
flirt.
Bored. Yeah.
I don't even know what the snap was.
I think you just said like, hey, what's up? I think you just said, what's up? I wish I could like have those snaps still, but sadly I don't. We weren't even really flirting. We were just kind of just talking as friends for a while. And then we started talking on the phone, and we would talk for hours. And then I realized, I'm like, we have so much in common, like all of our beliefs. No, I
don't remember talking on the phone until...
Yeah, we did. We would talk on the phone. Wow, how do you not remember that?
I just remember
so pivotal moments for me. I had another boy that was trying to pursue me, but I was very interested in TJ, so I was like, well, like, I'm interested in TJ, but like, I'm also like kind of interested in this boy. And then I texted you, and I noticed you starting to get shorter with me, and you never have one to been just like to ghost me or one to just be like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You would just get very short. I knew you from that point, so I was like, okay, there's something up here. And I messaged you, and I was straight up. I was like, hey, I have this other boy that's interested in me, and I'm kind of interested in him. I'm interested in you, but like, I know we're long distance, so
I remember that message.
You give me the go ahead to talk to this boy, and we're done. And you were like, go ahead. And I was like, okay.
I did. I was salty about it.
Yeah, you were like, go ahead. And I was like, okay, cool. I wasn't like bitter towards you. I was just like,
I was going through stuff.
Yeah, and then I didn't know at the time because you didn't tell me squat. But his dad was not. He started being
not a fan of me being not with her.
Yeah, his dad loved me. I mean, come on, why wouldn't he? He loved me because he loved my family. And so he just thought that'd be really cool for us to be together. And so TJ started showing interest in this other girl, and his dad wasn't like super approving, but you were in like a little rebellious stage, like, I'm gonna pick who I want to be with, like, and so he didn't want to be with me because his dad wanted him to be with me. I mean, he let you do your thing. He did.
He didn't do it willingly.
He wasn't happy about it.
It was a lot of grief.
Yeah, which I'm glad you did. Like, I think it gave you a good experience and to show like what God had for you, you know. But anyway, so he dated this girl, I dated this boy, I think it was like a month, and it was done.
Mind you,
he's single.
This ex-boyfriend was still living in her house.
Yeah, my boyfriend from Kansas, he was, and we were not
together. No way any
we
relationship
were not,
would ever work.
That was a very, that's a totally different video.
Yeah, toxic
topic for a different video. Like, it was a very toxic relationship, and I just thank the Lord that he has found someone that is good for him, and I have found someone that's good for me, but we were not good for each other. But he was living in my house because he did not have the greatest home life, and he wanted to be with me. Like, that was the initial reason why he was living there, but I was very clear, like, dude, we're done. Like, this isn't working. We're not gonna be together. He was living at our house. I was dating this other boy, which was the awkwardest situation, because I would come home from dates, and he would just be sitting there, and I'm just like, why are you here?
Great time.
It's such a weird time in my life.
I left the girl that I was with because she kept trying to push things way farther than I wanted to go. This was right around the time when, like, college visits and things like that. I knew where I was going to school. I knew what I was going to go do and study. What my parents asked me to do was to go and see their alma mater, where they went to school at Arlington Baptist College. So I was like, yeah, sure. I knew the dean. I knew the guy that, big part of it. So, yeah, that sounds like a good time. So my dad's like, hey, you should get a hold of Allie. I was like, who?
Because you were, what, 3 hours?
Yeah, we were in Dallas area.
Who? Whatever. Don't even act like who?
I think I sent you a couple Snapchats, but they were like those spread Snapchats where you like send it to everybody.
Yeah, but you knew what you were doing.
I knew what I was doing. I'm not a... Yeah.
Don't even...
Started the conversation up, briefed it up again. We did the college visit thing one day, and we were there for like a week, I think. I can't remember.
He had totally planned the whole thing.
Yeah,
because he had been in communication with my parents, and being like, "Hey, we're
trying to set us up."
Yeah, he was totally trying to set us up. I mean, your dad doesn't know all, but he was
crafted,
he was smart with that whole situation.
So let's just go over there. I mean, we're only a couple hours away. Okay, so we go over there. When we stay one night.
Yeah, you stayed a night.
I think I saw you sang at church. Mm-hmm. We go on a date that night?
Yeah,
So mind you, this is all while her ex-boyfriend still lives there. It was great.
Was he really?
Oh yeah, he was still. But you I remember your mom asked him to stay at a friend's house for the first night. Because I remember.
Because I was like, I don't remember him being there. Because he would have been very making sure it was awkward. But
anyway, the one fond memory I recall.
It's funny because you remember that more than I do, because I kind of blocked him out. I was like, you're here, but you're not here to me. But to you, you were like, this is the weirdest situation I've ever been in my whole life.
And yet I felt totally comfortable with it for some reason.
I know.
I think that's a God thing, but
I think because I was just like, I'm not with him. We're not.
Yeah. I don't think I ever questioned it.
No, you didn't. You thought it was weird, and you didn't feel comfortable with him. You knew you were.
I trusted you.
You trusted me, but you.
He was kind of off the hand sometimes and just did weird stuff. But
I hope he doesn't watch this video.
Yeah, it'll be okay. It's just.
He wouldn't. There's no way.
So we go on this movie date, and then we went to Sonic afterwards because there weren't any Sonics in Indiana.
And we just talked.
And we sat there and talked forever.
And we came back and we watched Impractical Jokers almost all night. And you were like, Allie, you gotta go to bed because I know you have to sing in the morning for church.
Well, not only that, but you were on this shoulder and her sister was over here. Josie passed out on this side. And I was like, and so then every time your dad or my dad came in, it was like, which one are you dating?
At that point, we both were like, we are serious now. Yeah. We were both very serious. We knew that.
Still hadn't kissed.
No, we hadn't kissed. You left.
So it was time to leave. And I think your ex had come back into the house at that point.
Oh. I don't remember this.
He was there when we were leaving.
Really?
I remember that because we got down the street and I was like, all right, stop, turn around. And I came back. And this is the part where it gets fuzzy, but I do remember kissing you.
I don't.
That was our first.
I vaguely remember him him coming, and Mom was like, don't come yet, they're not gone yet, and he was like, I don't care, like, I'm coming, because he wanted to make his presence known to you. I don't remember you coming back.
I came back.
Did you come back? Maybe you did kiss me.
I did kiss
Maybe
you.
it was just like a little on the cheek or something.
I don't remember.
But it was like you were making your point to him, like,
Yeah.
she's mine, we're together.
So then we flew back.
So then that's where we're gonna end it today, because y'all, there is so much to this story. There's no way.
9 years.
Yeah. We fall in love and get engaged in high school and do long distance and get married as teens and all the craziness. Young parents, so y'all better stay tuned.
Which is why I'm yawning.
You better subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss out. Really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have like any questions for us or any ideas for other videos that we could do in the future, please let us know. We love doing that for you guys. It is so much fun for us and we love connecting with you. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next one. Bye guys.